How's everybody doing? We're on another Friday night here on Carbonite Collectibles. We got Raph Mandalore, Star Wars nerd, and our guest this evening. We got Ian McKesson, Topps card artist. So glad to have you on, sir.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
So how's everybody doing? How's your week been?
Eventful. Busy.
I didn't ask anybody in particular. So, Raph, you go ahead and start us off here.
I was going to go last, I guess. Great week. Smashed my son in golf. Always feel good about that.
Okay. I can't golf. I'm a top golf guy. I'll just hit the ball.
You just got into it, too, so it's not really a great accomplishment. But I did feel good about it.
Hey, a win's a win.
A win's a win. Look.
It's true.
Nerd, what you been up to this week?
Working like crazy.
Getting ready.
Pretty much, dude. We got two kids that I gotta somehow.
You gotta fund the cheeseburgers.
Hey, that's a fair charity right there.
Hey, I'm all about it.
Love a cheeseburger.
Spider is on the move.
And how's your week been, sir? You're watching the spider still?
Yeah, he's psyched.
It's
Spider.
It's live update of the spider that's near Rap right now.
I might have spider powers by the end of the podcast here, ladies and gentlemen.
You just put your hand out there. Just like, do it, buddy.
Nah, dude. If this thing bites me, I'm probably going to the hospital. Thing is massive.
I love it. Look, this is like the whole podcast now, just like waiting for the spider to get down.
Let's see what he's going to do. But yeah, how's your week been, Ian?
Yeah, good week, dude. Busy in a lot of ways, regular work, artwork. I'm going to the National for the first time this year, so I'm like dialing everything in to get ready for that one right now. I'm trying to make a bunch of extra stuff to bring with me, as well as kind of coordinate some event stuff when I'm out there. So that's an exciting time. I did just get another job with Topps that probably can't speak about too much yet, but awesome. Those are always exciting. They're fun to work on.
Who needs an NDA?
Who needs it?
Apparently, Disney and Topps do all the time.
Yeah, that'll do
it. He needs a job.
Yeah.
Sure. I need cheeseburgers too.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Topps, actually, I got this off of your stream the other day. Like, check this dude out and whatnot.
Which one is that? I can't. It's backwards for me. Is it Vader?
Oh, yeah, it's the Vader one.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
Nasty.
Awesome. Yeah, those are so fun for me, man. I'm making so many of those these days. Like, it's probably backwards for you guys too, but Thrawn and C-3PO, they're just like super fun to make. And just like everybody else, I get thousands and thousands of base cards trying to get not base cards. And I just found a way to kind of recycle them and upcycle them or whatever and turn them into unique little pieces of art. And that has turned into like almost a full-time job.
They make non-base cards. It's crazy.
they're hard to find, believe it or not.
Yeah, I've watched a few of your streams. That is like some of the coolest things I've ever seen just done with just a regular freaking Topps card. Like,
thanks, dude.
A 50-cent card that just some cool touches with a paint marker, and it is dope as hell.
Thanks, dude. I think, it started for me. Like, I found a bunch of my old like 90s Bo Jackson and Ken Griffey Jr. cards. I found like a shoebox, Michael Jordan's. And I was just like, man, these are cool cards, and they're definitely not worth what we thought they were going to be worth when we found the shoebox at grandma's house again. But like, I really like them. I like this like card or whatever. I remember it's like nostalgic for me. So I was like, how can I like turn this up to put it back? Cause we own a barbershop hair salon. So I was like, I have a bunch of art in there, just all kinds of stuff I've been into. So I was like, there's gotta be a way to like, I'm just going to do some art in the background to put this up as like an art piece. And then a couple people were like, I want one of those. Can you make me a Bill Ripken? Like, the FF card. And I was like, so I was like, yeah, I can do that. So then it's been a couple years now since I started doing it, but like I said, I mean, it has taken off in a way that I'm really grateful that people like it as much. It gives me something to do. And it's always fun for me to look at like a new set of cards and like what I can do to the card to manipulate it kind of thing, which makes it kind of fun too.
Yeah, my grandpa and my dad actually owned card shops when I was a kid,
Awesome.
and they had the fuckface card.
Oh yeah, dude! I have one of those. It's legendary, dude. I didn't know. I
love that card so much.
They made a baseball card with Nerd's face on it.
Just his name on the bottom of the bat, dude. That's all it was.
Oh, okay.
Dude, I have one around here somewhere too, but it's the black box one, the one they made like right after they figured out what was on the bottom of that bat.
Have you ever seen? It's oh god, I can't remember which player it was, but he played for the Knicks back in the day. And
no.
Is the Menendez brothers card? Yeah,
they're right there, dude. They're right there.
It was like, just sitting there thinking about terrible things.
Dude, I'll tell you what, I made that into its own card too. I wonder if I have
That's sick. That's
awesome. I made that. I hijacked the whole card and just took away Mark Jackson's name and made it Menendez Brothers up in the top corner.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's again, that's what it came from. Like the most nostalgic cards that I can remember. You know, Ken Griffey Jr. '89 Upper Deck or whatever. Those are the cards that I was like trying to turn up just because we've all seen that card a bazillion times. And here's the first time you've ever seen it like this. Oh, here it is, dude. Here it is. So this is the one that on the bottom of the bat, it's blacked out. And so I blacked out the fuck face, like just like it's supposed to be on there. And then this is his brother Cal Ripken. He's not fuck face. It's from the same set.
Yeah, I mean, Cal Ripken did a couple things all right, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's the only time Bill Ripken was known as like not known as Cal's brother, basically.
Yeah.
My grandpa took me to like it was a random card show, and Cal Ripken Jr. was there signing autographs, and my grandpa asked him about the fuckface card. He's like, "Oh, that's Bill."
Yeah, that's awesome. I wonder how much it comes out. I mean, for Bill Ripken, I'm sure it's every card show he's ever been to, anything he does like as a speaking engagement, he probably has to just at least like address the story or something. It's legendary.
That point, I would have just got fuckface tattooed somewhere on me.
I mean, for sure, 100%.
Yeah,
it exists. Yeah. I've seen it online. Somebody has that card tattooed to him.
Oh, I believe it, dude. I actually just did a commission piece for a guy who I guess reaches out to everybody he can to make different versions of that card as a piece of art, and he has a whole like Instagram page that's all it is just different versions of the fuckface card. And so I did a sketch card of it. And just hijack the name. I mean, like it's got its own like life that card.
It's they need to make it. If it doesn't exist, there needs to be a full-on documentary just about that card because
for sure,
it's literally even if you don't know nothing about baseball, people know at least.
Oh, I have no idea about baseball. I know the fuckface card.
Yeah. You know what? Tops was in on a joke this last year because they did a Jackson Holiday card, the new player for the Orioles, and same team. And at the bottom of his bat, I mean, it's way cheesy in my opinion, but it says "fun face," and he's like doing some like jokey face like this, and it's like, it's total dad joke, but like they're still acknowledging it. And then they did a dual autograph with Bill Ripken and Bobby Witt
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so like it's not dying anytime soon. That card for sure.
I mean, when did it come out? Like 80s? Like it's in the 80s?
It's literally 1987 Fleer, 89 Fleer.
Yeah, because it wasn't super old when he
89 Fleer.
He had it in the like case. This was probably like early 90s. And I remember seeing it in the case. He's like, "Oh, don't look at that one."
Yeah, totally. I even called it the FF card on here because I wasn't sure if like I was allowed to go for.
We have no filter.
Don't worry.
I figured that out pretty quickly when the spider situation.
Speaking of which, it has disappeared. So we are on like DEFCON 7.
Oh God!
Here it comes.
So now it's somewhere, and you don't know where it is. Great.
Nope, it's got the drop on me. It's gone Russian incognito mode.
Well, maybe by the end of the night you can do.
At any moment, if you just like nods off, which is
I'm just gonna be laying in bed tonight, and I'm gonna feel something crawling on me and not be able to sleep for 2 weeks.
Or you can start shooting webs onto buildings and fly around. That'd be cool too.
There was that really cool fan film that they made like a couple years ago, and it was basically the Spider-Man story, but they did it as The Fly. It is so messed up. Oh, and they literally, the kid that played Peter Parker was the kid that was like I can't remember his name, but the coral kid from Walking Dead.
Chandler Biggs or Riggs.
So it was like kind of like, no, I never saw that.
Yeah, he played Peter Parker, and it is messed up.
Yeah, no thanks.
Some like meat canyon thing.
Meat canyon, oh my god.
Delicious.
Galactic Cantina, hello there.
Yeah.
Hey. Welcome. How's it going on tonight, good Cantina? So yeah, if anybody's here, you go ahead and you can just ask a question in chat for Ian. And we got some of the art here of yours kind of set aside. We can take a look at.
Yeah, I got some stuff I could show too. It's always weird for me on this. I wonder if I can. I've never used this particular app, but I wonder if I can turn my camera around. Back shot camera.
I wouldn't ask Kyber.
Oh, look at that.
Oh.
Okay, cool. This feels like this would help.
Is that a messy card?
Yeah, that's a messy card. These are from
soccer cards too.
Yeah, I do baseball for Topps as well. It's like funny enough. There's that like Ken Griffey Jr. idea. This was from Series 2 for Topps. It just came out like June 11th, I think. And then this is a messy that I did for flagship series. It's UEFA club competitions of this year, 24-25. So they let me in on soccer and baseball finally, which I'm a huge Manchester United fan, as you can see on my back wall back there.
Come on, you Reds.
Yeah, let's go. Giggs and Scholes are up there. Garnacho, but he's got to go, unfortunately.
Garnacho.
It's a little tough times for me with that guy right now.
Bye-bye.
But, yeah, dude, that's a weird one too, man. Like, I love that guy, and I was all hyped for him, but he's done. He's dirty. He's done us dirty
too. But what really did me bad was the person that filmed that. They flew from the UK to Malaysia to watch United play, and then Garnacho just flipped them off.
I saw that. It was flipping them off.
I'm done.
I saw that. Just like had no time for anybody on that. He was so. Yep. And then in the Aston Villa shirt, Rashford shirt after, like, that's the worst, dude. You know, you're getting paid still by Manchester United.
Makes me feel any better. I'm a Bayern fan, and we're probably gonna get stuck with Rashford. So.
Dude, I still really like Rashford, man. I don't think I think he's got to leave United, but I think I hope he does go on to have some success somewhere. I like him a lot, and I think the success bug on him. I mean, look, he's a prima donna for sure. He's definitely a big fan of his own skills, but a lot of them are at that level. And
that's a commonality in professional athletics.
You kind of need it to some degree. I think he's getting some bad advice from people around him. He was real good, real young, which obviously has affected a lot of people in a lot of different like avenues in life, I think too. Gets paid a lot of money too at a young age. So
goes straight to your brain.
But I think this whole maybe just like will rein him back in. And I don't know. I'm still rooting for him. More so him than Garnacho anyway. And they both have the same problem, I think. The same disease. Spideritis, dude.
He's back.
There's a second one.
Oh no.
I'll be back.
He just bit
this one's bigger.
You're just seeing two of them.
Oh god.
They're multiplying.
That's incredible. Well, I'll show you in the meantime while he's over there.
Yeah. While he's dealing with that.
I'll show you a couple of the Star Wars cards I've done for. This one was for Masterwork 23. So yeah, last year's Masterwork. They gave me a few. This was the only booklet they gave me. Actually, this is one of those like full. If it came in one of those little boxes, it folds out. And so I had seen this as an ad. All four of them were like facing the same direction in the ad, and I was like, oh man, for a booklet, this would be kind of so dope to have them all just like looking at each other. So
that's actually one of the favorite sketch cards I've ever seen in my entire life. Like I love Mandalorians.
Amazing.
Like, my channel's based on Mandalore, so.
Oh yeah, rad.
Dude,
yeah. I mean, look, this one for me is like up there. Oh, look, I made this wood burning last night too. For I wood burn stuff a lot. That's actually what got me.
Yeah, those are so freaking cool.
Sick.
That is dope.
It's like card size thick. It's like a 130 point wood thing. And so
it's freaking cool.
In like person or whatever, you can really see the texture, that it's not just like drawn on something, it's like burnt into the wood. Kind of maybe see it in the screen there, but these have been like super fun for me. Actually, if I want to take it back to the whole story, I keep like trying to put it in front of the camera, and I'm missing the camera. It's amazing. So like in quarantine 2020, when the world shut down in California, they shut down hair salons, barber shops. We couldn't work. We were stuck at home. So that's my wife for Christmas decided we should make Christmas gifts by wood burning something. I was like, well, I don't even know what wood burning is. And so we bought a wood burning kit from Michael's, and really quickly I was like, oh, this could be really fun. And so I got nerdy about it. Then I got stuck at home with nothing else to do but get nerdy about it. And I've been in skateboarding a lot in my life, done some stuff in skateboarding. So I started doing a bunch of wood burning, and then I got featured in Thrasher magazine specifically for my wood burning only.
Oh shit!
And I had done a bunch
big deal.
I mean, look, for me, this is like the biggest deal, right?
That's
like
massive.
Thrasher magazine is like
nice
all time, and so they gave me a full like. Oh, dude! For me, it's like I'm still kind of in this world. So they gave me
Germany used to have me send them to them.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's all time for me, and this is the stuff I was doing like in quarantine, and then what I saw was Topps was starting to do those like Project 2020 cards and Project 70, and like they were featuring artists and doing more like collaborative looking interesting stuff. And I had been kind of out of the card game for a long time, and I saw that stuff and I was like, that's kind of, dude, I would love to contribute to that stuff. And I guess that's where the road started. I sent a bunch of stuff into the art department at Topps, and it was mostly sports related stuff. And they were like, we really like your stuff. Would you want to work on Star Wars? And I was like, dude, that's a huge gift. I wouldn't have even asked. I would have thought Star Wars would have been harder, as an artist. But it turned out it was actually the avenue that they had available at the time. Sorry, I'm going to try and switch my camera back around.
All good.
Wow, that's like now I'm like way in there.
I gotta say, for one, like I didn't even know you did stuff for Thrasher. It's somebody that skateboarded as a kid, like to know I'm now interviewing somebody that contributed to Thrasher kind of blows my mind.
I mean, I feel the same way. Like even just Thrasher was all time. Every new one's Transworld, all of those were, I was a sponsored skateboarder when I was 18. So every month that came out was like on it. And so to finally, I never got the only skate trick I'll ever get in this magazine is the one that they let me put in my little bio there. And trust me, I had tried to put some tricks in there, and that was never happening. So, but the fact that they gave me 2 full pages with my name on it is still dreamland for me too. Honestly, I'm really grateful for sure.
It's massive.
Yeah, massive. 100. And it really started like what happened for me too at that point was I realized like I was kind of in my own way with my art, like I would, just like a lot of people, I would worry if it wasn't good enough or if I'm not ready to contribute to something like that or something yet. And so I'd kind of, again, get in my own way, even with opportunities. And I realized as I was just, again, through that quarantine, through that COVID period of time, that silver lining of just like, I don't care if I'm not the best. I'm just going to contribute. I want to be involved. And so I'd say yes to any project that I got. And I'm super glad I did. That the spider? Was that the spider that just showed?
Yeah, that was the spider. My wife, yeah, she's a bit of a spider.
Hi, Raps lady.
They said hi.
And then
Hey.
Galactic Cantina actually asked a question. He asked if you played the new Pro Skater.
No. Oh no, it just came out though, like today, right? Yeah,
It did.
it did.
I didn't even know there was a new one.
Yeah.
Oh.
It just came out, I think, literally today or yesterday or something. A good buddy lives here in Fallbrook. Bucky Lassick is a professional skateboarder, and his daughter was our front desk girl at our salon for the last like 3 or 4 years.
Bucky Lassick.
Yeah, Bucky. He's in the game. He's a skater in the game. He's like one of the dudes you can skate. And he's a good buddy. He lives here in town, and he asked if we had an opening, and his daughter worked for us for a while. She hasn't for a little while now, probably about a year or so. But yeah, she was our front desk girl for a long time, and I think you could still skate as him in the new game too. Bucky Lassing's hilarious. He says he gets asked more about that than anything in his skateboarding career. And he was like, he's won X Games, a bunch of X Game gold medals and stuff. And he's like, I get asked about Tony Hawk Pro Skater more than anything else. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing after we get off this podcast.
Yeah, it's massive.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to download it. I didn't even know it was coming out. I've been so out of touch with video games.
Me too, really, for sure. I don't have as much time as I used to.
As a kid, so
dude, it was the best game
ever. You might not hear from me for the next
totally. I saw somebody like Bam Margera just posted some clips of it. A buddy of mine, Atiba Jefferson, is a photographer, like for Thrasher, and he was posting some clips of it in the last couple days, and it looks so dope.
It looks good,
and it totally has the nostalgic feel of like old Tony Hawk Pro Skater, but also like obviously updated a little bit.
Revamped the way that we wanted
the music. To be, That's the main thing. Is how's the music?
100%.
Is got to nail that.
Well, I played the 1 and 2 remaster, and the music was fire.
Yeah, all that Bad Religion and old punk rock stuff is crucial.
Late 80s, early 90s punk.
It's a Hot Water Music hat. I don't think they were on Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I like that band a lot.
Yeah, I'll always think of some pop punk, some ska.
100.
Ska, dude.
No, that was huge, man. Here, I grew up in Orange County in the mid 90s. It was just explosion time, and it was so fun. And that was definitely like, if you didn't have a girlfriend, you just go to a couple ska shows, and then you did for sure. Basically. Not necessarily Bad Religion shows, but certainly like some of those ska bands for sure.
Mm-hmm. I've only seen Bad Religion once. Man, they put on a great show. They were
good. I saw them again recently with Social Distortion, and they're still really good.
Yeah, I could talk all day about some pop.
I know. Yeah, me too, for sure.
I'm all about it. Yeah.
Well, thanks, guys. It's always a little bit weird to go back through like my whole story and spiel, but I feel really grateful that I get to contribute to, in packs of baseball cards, like that. Even when I go to the, local card store and I could open a box that might have my own autograph in it, still I do some whatnot stuff as well, like you were talking about earlier. And every once in a while I'll do like a little box break. If I've contributed to the Star Wars project or the baseball project, I'll do like a little box break to see if I can't pull my own card out of there. I have yet to do it. I have never done it yet.
Pull its own card. Dollar starts it for the folk.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen eventually, and I think it'll be pretty cool. But
yeah, I love your baseball cards for sure. Like I was looking through some of the ones you had up the other day. I'm a big Cincinnati Reds fan.
Oh, rad!
Loved your Ellie De La Cruz sketch that you had on there. Freaking
yeah, he did. I did, dude. The better. I mean, I can't share it yet either. But there's another set for baseball that's coming out later this year. And I kept the Ellie I did as an artist proof because I was so hyped on it. He just looks cool. Ellie. He's fun to draw.
Yeah. Like freak of nature athlete, like insanely tall but fast at the same time.
Oh, dude. And the fire cannon of an arm too. Yeah. No, he's amazing.
I'm hoping we do something with him before his contract's up because he ain't going to be in Cincinnati once that's done.
Yeah, totally.
He'll be a Yankee or something, that's for sure.
Look, 100%. Dodger, most likely.
Oh yeah, they're the ones with the pocketbooks these days.
Well, dude, I'm a Padre fan, so we absolutely hate the Dodger. Just ability to just be like, oh, you're really good at baseball? We'll have you. It is the Yankees West,
That's how we were for a few years with the St. Louis Cardinals.
Juan Soto?
Yeah, I bet. The Cardinals had a really good run.
You guys got Soto for a couple years. You'd be all right.
Yeah, that was a kind of a bust, though.
I'll never forget.
I was super excited.
Why aren't the Nationals
they were
giving him a supermax contract? I was like, that's why.
The Mets did, right? Like, isn't he like the highest paid guaranteed paid player or something like that?
I think
Right now,
guaranteed contract, but I think who is it? Shohei still got the highest.
Shohei has the biggest overall.
Shoved it all to like
as he should.
2097.
Right.
They're like, yeah, we'll pay you after you die.
But look, nobody does what Shohei. Shohei should get paid the most ever. I can do both of these things that you pay two baseball players to do better than everybody else.
Well, baseball also has the dumbest contracts ever. Like the Reds, just like 2 years ago, stopped paying King Griffey Jr. We were still paying
like the Bobby Bonilla thing, like $1 million a year for like ever.
That's the way to do it.
Like July 1st, every July 1st is like I'll get like 5 different Instagram things about like Bobby Bonilla Day.
Happy Bobby Bonilla Day.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's wild to me. It's all like monopoly money to me, what these guys are making.
And it's just like every time there's that new big contract, and you're like, this is the biggest it'll ever be.
And then, right? Yeah, this has to be the biggest one that there will ever be.
Where are they getting this kind of money?
Right. Look, in the Dodger one, Shohei makes the most sense to me too, because you opened up an entirely different market with Japan and how big baseball is in Japan. Like, you're buying kind of like a guaranteed return on investment there. I don't know if Soto's the same thing. He's pretty good, but like, I don't think Soto brings an entire nation to their television like Ohtani and Roki Sasaki do,
Well, and like Ohtani too, people like regular people that don't know anything about baseball know Shohei Ohtani. Juan Soto, it's kind of hit or miss. Like,
for sure.
You bring up Juan Soto, like somebody doesn't really know baseball. Like, who the heck is Juan Soto?
Yeah, agreed.
You probably know Shohei Ohtani and then don't realize you know Shohei Ohtani.
Juan Soto is the new age David Ortiz.
But, I don't know how many times I've got to tell you, Subscriber, my baseball knowledge consists of the Sandlot trilogy.
Look, that's not bad. That's not a bad place to be. I got hit up actually. Someone was trying to make a set of Sandlot cards, and I got hit up to do sketch cards for Sandlot, and I was like, dude, I would love to do it. And just recently at my local card shop, Squints was there signing stuff live, I guess.
Oh shit! It's sick.
Literally. Yeah.
Those guys are doing a whole bunch
within the last
of stuff.
week. It was just that.
Yeah, the Goonies guys are hitting the convention circuit really hard this summer.
No way. See, look, I love all these. I worked on a What We Do in the Shadows set and I did a Christmas Story set for a different card company, Cryptozoic.
I saw those ones too. Those are really cool.
Dude, those are so fun for me, especially the Christmas Story, obviously legendary. But What We Do in the Shadows, I didn't even know. I knew that it existed, but I hadn't watched it yet. I'd seen the movie, but I didn't really watch the show until I got the gig. And then I'm so glad I did, because I had power watched all 5 seasons, and it's so good.
It's so hilarious.
It's so good.
Like, when I first heard about it, I was like, that sounds stupid. And then I watched it, and it's basically what if they had The Office with vampires?
Exactly. And how hilarious is obviously the guys that are in on the joke, and then how serious they take themselves. Matthew Berry's unbelievable.
Yes, he's fantastic at that show.
Let's talk about the best show that ever existed, though. Spider-Man Andor season 2. We were just talking about that before we came on.
Before we got online, we were talking about Andor. I think we're slowly converting. Ian's in on it. I think we're converting nerd over here slowly. I think it's coming around.
I mean, this is the best part about Star Wars in this day and age. Whether everything is for you or not, there's a lot of stuff out there right now, and I love that, because not all that stuff's for me. Some of it, obviously to some degree, I don't know if we needed that, but I like that they're trying, and I like that they're trying a bunch of different directions with stuff and different audiences almost with stuff.
Yeah, I loved Skeleton Crew. I put Skeleton Crew above.
Oh, dude, that was great. That was Goonies. Talk about Goonies. That was so Goonies.
Yeah. It was
fun.
It was almost fun. Goonies, Stranger Things, and Star Wars together. I was like, I'm about it.
Yeah, and really well done and really fun. Like you said, fun is the right word. Andor is not fun. Not fun.
No.
But it was a great piece of storytelling that was crucial to the kind of, if you believe in the experience of the rebellion, then it's great storytelling to kind of show you one man, like corruption into it, and how all these other people make it work to do all that. I don't know. I just loved, and how like adult and kind of Michael Clayton-ish it felt like to me, you know, compared to
and
something like Skeleton Key, which is the complete opposite. Skeleton Crew, which is complete opposite sort of fun and just meant to be just like a wild goose chase of fun, which is great too.
And we were talking too about like how awesome that end scene was of Vader. Like those final like 3 or 4 episodes of Andor, some of the best things that have ever been in Star Wars. Like
I think no question that I saw. I think I read. You guys probably saw this too, but that I think it's episode 8 is like the second highest rated individual TV show of all time. Something like that. In between,
I think the world got around.
I stopped on 7.
No, episode 8 is the Borman massacre.
It's the massacre. Yeah, it's the massacre.
We ripped that to shreds because it was boring as hell and a waste of TIE fighters being in.
I can't argue against the TIE fighter comment.
My main critique is it took Cash and Andor 40 minutes to build a rifle.
I mean,
40.
True, it's true. I mean, look.
If I have one
figure that
tip
stuff
of the
out,
show,
I don't try to figure it out. Like, how was it so hard for Flea to catch little Princess Leia? Like, let's get serious. It's not that.
Oh God, don't even start on that.
He's busy on tour. Okay.
Right. I mean, look, I did. Yeah, Flea's a good dude.
She has a killer side.
He could have caught that girl in 2 seconds. But like, yeah, we don't try to figure those things out. If you try to figure all these things out, Star Wars is not for you, in my opinion. Even though it is definitely for you, because there's nothing like and this is the reason I think that you guys exist in this format and that I get to do art that I love too, is that nobody hates Star Wars like a Star Wars fan. You know, and no one loves Star Wars like a Star Wars fan. It's almost like golf, it's so brutal and it's beat down sometimes, and it takes you in directions that you're so mad about, but you like, then you realize like how much you love it to be that mad about it. You know?
Yeah, you have to be pretty passionate about something to get as mad as we do.
Right. Totally.
And even like all the hate and vitriol, it comes from like the intentional standpoint of like, just because I guess some people are very protective of their safe spaces. And like for all of us, I can speak for most Star Wars fans, not all of us, like Star Wars for me was a safe place growing up, because like people would bully me and I'd be like, all right, fuck you, I'm going to go watch Phantom Menace and I'll feel good, you know?
Totally.
So,
and I think there's just so many, and so why it's like great space opera of like so many different characters or places you could like kind of affiliate with in there. And it was an outlet for a lot of people that couldn't maybe experience that in their own like personal life and go home and like feel a lot better there. And it is a protective thing that I agree is like, it's what makes it so amazing, but it also it's in a conflict too, right?
Yeah. It's kind of one of those things where you never want it to go away. Like you want it to always be there, but like you want it to just be improving. You don't want it to ever take a step backwards.
I think that's the thing.
Learn from mistakes.
Correct. And I think you want to like, if you love it enough to sort of, you know, care about where these characters come from or why you think they are the way that they are, and then you get told a story that's like way different than the way you had kind of envisioned it, then it's like that can be off-putting, I think too. And I think that's where it seems like most of the people I know, they get really upset about a retconning of something. It's because it was like taken a different direction than maybe the books that they read or something else that they really loved the way that this story was told, and now this direction like kind of messes that up.
And I think that's a big part of it too, is like most Star Wars fans, it's not just like the way somebody likes a movie. Like there's a connection to it, like an emotional like roots to it, like what Raph was saying, like, you know, usually even roots all the way back when you're a child. Like it hangs with you, and then when it isn't right, or somebody rips on it, or maybe they're not doing it the way like you remember,
or they just completely
it might hit you the wrong way.
For sure. I just tend to be, and obviously probably because I get to draw and I get to work in this world to like contribute my own illustrations to a world of Star Wars right now that I love. That they're, again, I said it a minute ago, but they're just trying stuff, even if it's not for me, and I know it's not for me or whatever. Like the last thing I want to do is blast it so hard that we don't get any more of them. I guess, that's the fear I have, is that the community goes so hard onto like, I mean, I get it with Acolyte, don't get me wrong, but like goes so hard that like if everything just got blasted to bits so hard that they're just like, you know what, we're not gonna make like that. I wouldn't want that either. Yeah. Even if most of the stuff they're doing right now is not as good as the original stuff to me.
Well,
and I think there's
I see too is like it's possible that you can rag on it so hard that it stops, but I don't think it ever will, because if you look at the story of Jar Jar Binks, like everybody fucking hated him, and then Keller and Beck's back as
even Fandom Menace, dude.
Ahmad Best is back as Keller and Beck.
Love it. I love that. And like even the kid that was Anakin,
Jacob Lloyd,
Ross Speedman.
Jacob Lloyd. Yeah, like even like that's
Ross Speedman was the youngling.
Starting to come back. Like there's just a roundabout way of, I agree with you that like a lot of the stuff that maybe had a lot of hate and vitriol starts to get like a nostalgic, well, maybe we do like it or something. Yeah. And I'm here for it.
I always joke, like it's in 20 years, the prequels, originals, and sequel fans are all going to gang up on whatever is out at the time and be like, this sucks. This isn't Star Wars. And then 20 years after that, it'll happen again. 20 years after that, it'll happen again.
Yep. It's true.
I don't know. I don't think the sequels will ever get the love that like the people that hated on Phantom Menace gave.
If somebody it is now 40, I'll tell you, you should have heard people.
Oh,
when episode 1 came out.
I have family members that were like 1, 2, and 3 don't exist, and I was like, well, then you're an idiot.
You know, it's funny though, because I didn't know. I know a lot more people now who like say, and my son is one of them, that like the first time he watched Phantom Menace, he loved it. I was with a group of kids who waited 5 days in line in Newport Beach. I was 17 years old when it came out, senior year of high school. Perfect time to be like just freaking locked in, you know? And we walked out of that theater like trying to convince ourselves that we were like, that was cool, right? I mean, was it cool? Like, maybe it wasn't cool, guys, you know? And like within a week, we kind of like, just like, it was hard to come to terms with. And then kind of then got really blown to bits. And I thought it was better than I think some of my friends thought it was, but I would certainly, you know, I was on the like 2 out of 10 scale. And it's funny because I'm the epitome of, I must be on the bandwagon, because I've watched it again a few times over the last 4 or 6 years, and I like it way more. And I think I just meet way more people now that really love it and love Padme and everything about it. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it.
For me, like honestly, the prequels, I did not like 1, did not like 2, loved 3.
Yeah, 3 was always.
Then I saw Clone Wars, and then once I saw Clone Wars, it honestly made all of the prequels better. Like the whole trilogy just got better.
I think that's my son. That's my son's experience with it too.
Like it adds that depth. I feel like because episode 3 was super long. If they would have left everything in there they wanted to do, and there's just so much story they could not tell. And
I'm so glad they left. I hate sand in there though. I'm just a crucial line that they really needed to make sure
to have. Pop punk song involving the I Hate Sand dialogue.
Oh, really?
And using Across the Stars as a sample. Trying to get it right, but oh my God, it's a pain in the ass right now.
That's awesome.
It's a pain in my asshole.
Where it's small and...
And now for the rest of Hayden's life, every time he's at a convention, he gets to be asked about sand.
Dude, I guarantee. So I made these little like name tags for.
I love those things.
Who are you? I love it.
Dude, but here's the one. Here's the one that this is why we're going to do this. So I was trying to come up with one for Anakin, and it's like when he introduces himself, I am a person, and my name is, and I left it open. But then a little comment down at the bottom, I don't like sand.
That's great.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, I think my favorite out of all those you have is that Han one, because I think that might be my favorite scene in A New Hope.
Right. Boring conversation anyway. Who is this? What is your operating number? And then I put the boring conversation anyway. Yeah, these were actually really fun to do for sure.
How are you?
Yeah. Good. Yeah. How are you? Dude, he's so good. Harrison really did make that whole first movie work, I think.
Yeah, we got to interview Roger Christian. He was telling us when he made the blaster for Han Solo, it wasn't working, so he just like took the Harrison Ford. He's like, I can't get it to work, and then like Harrison's like, I'll make it work.
That's awesome.
So there's literally video of just Harrison Ford like doing takes, going bang,
yeah,
bang, bang.
I can see it. And everybody just being like, yes. That's it. It's so good.
This guy Indy.
So good.
Yes, yeah. I definitely loved a lot of those things that you got. So you're making those? It's like name badges for nationals.
Yeah, I guess for the trade night, for the Star Wars trade night event, he wanted to have some name tags for people, and we're like, yeah. Awesome. I was like, can I kind of turn them to like Star Wars joke name tags? And he's like, yeah. And so I did that first one. Who are you? You know, the Andor scene, like, who are you? And then I instantly thought about that, you know, the Han one too. And I was like, so I just made it after I made the first one, and that's all I thought we were going to do. And I made the Han one. And then he was like, should we make like 5? Should you make like 5? And I was like, I should make 5. So then I did a Jar Jar one, the Anakin one. I forget what actually was the 5th one. Oh, Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's what. Hello there.
Yeah, Obi-Wan one's cool too.
Hello there. Hello there.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that night. I have my ticket.
Yeah, are you gonna be there?
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Yes. You guys all go to the national?
No, I'm not going.
I think I'm the only one going.
Man. 4.
No, the only one going. Dope.
I've never been before to Chicago.
Yeah, I'm not, but it's definitely. I've wanted to go for a couple years now as I've gotten more involved, and this is the first year I get to go as well. So I'm super.
Bo Jackson's going to be there.
I saw that, dude. I saw that, and I actually have some like Bo Jackson art that I think I'm going to have him sign for me for sure.
I wanted him to sign something, and then in bright red it says he will not sign any Tecmo merchandise. So
no way,
my
no
idea.
Tecmo Bowl.
So I'm like, I was going to buy a copy of Tecmo Bowl and the NES and get him to sign it.
They have to make a sign about it because the amount of people that won every game because of Bo Jackson in that game, Super Tecmo Bowl.
You made a rule as a kid. You're not allowed to play with the LA Raiders. That's just...
Or Warren Moon. Warren Moon was also like unreasonably like
Warren Moon too. Yeah,
could just go backwards 30 yards and then throw it like 80.
People talk about Michael Vick being broken in a video game. Warren Moon was doing that like 20 years before that.
And in that game, he would literally just be like, you couldn't sack him, and then he would throw it 80 yards, as you know, and the ball would go out of the screen and then just like land in the receiver.
Oh God, I played that game
we all
much
did
as a kid.
Yeah,
like probably still to this day, probably my favorite sports game. Like over any Madden, any NBA 2K, anything that's ever come out. Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah, man,
we lost things. Bring back the 2D football.
100%. Yeah, some controllers got thrown. Definitely had some.
God bless wires, you know.
Yeah, the wired controller.
Oh, I would have broke so many controllers as a kid if I didn't have something to like tally it to the actual controller.
Yeah, totally.
Could you imagine
off the, like TV slope for sure?
If the Dukes had no wire on them.
The Duke.
The Duke, you just nuke your TV with that much.
Oh,
I had an original Xbox, like launch edition.
Yeah.
I was 14. I was, big. I was a football player. I was big for a 14-year-old. That freaking controller.
It was like a steering wheel.
Yeah, that was like.
It was like they took 2 quarter pounders and like stuck them together.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
They're like, hey, you guys want to control a video game or maybe a semi?
Yeah. can you move while you're there? Can you move the space station over about 30 feet? Sure.
Yeah, that was God. I remember I got that for like Christmas morning, I think, and that was my mom was one of those parents. It was all about the reveal, and she.
Oh yeah.
I didn't. Maybe I didn't get shit that year, and I was okay. So if she's watching this, I'm gonna out myself now.
Mad.
I knew I was supposed to be getting an Xbox. I looked in that damn trunk, and I saw it. And I opened up all my shit. There was no fucking Xbox. And I was pissed. I was already kick over that damn tree.
Yeah. You're like,
and then my mom's like, okay, I guess Christmas is over. Eric, will you go get the paper towels and trash bags? Like, yeah, fine. I'll go get them. And
yeah, fuck
there's
you, Mom.
Xbox sitting underneath there.
That's pretty good. That is a pretty solid one. We did the same thing with the first VR, like the first Oculus with my son. We did the whole, like, it was really hard to get. And so we acted like we definitely didn't get it. And then when we opened presents at our own house, we didn't give it to him. And then we went to my grandparents' house to do like, nighttime Christmas. And we got it there. And he did all the best, like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And then like a week later, he's like, oh yeah, I saw it. I already knew you guys had got it for me. We're like, you're terrible and amazing and so terrible.
I snooped on presents one time and one time only because I saw a 360 in the pile for Christmas one year. And then Christmas came. Nobody got the 360. It was for my cousin.
Oh, that's even worse.
No.
And we were fucking pissed.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
I'll never forget. I literally looked at my parents and was like, I'm going to be celebrating Hanukkah from now on.
Yeah.
I'm done with Christmas.
I'm actually living with my cousins now because they have a 360.
Yeah. And then we got it like a week later. They were like, oh, we couldn't get it in time. I was like, oh, fucking shit, you got it in
saw the
time.
one for the cousin.
Tell him to fucking wait a week.
Like, I'm your kid.
Right. Yeah. Who are these people?
You're getting favoritism here.
That's amazing.
God, I'll never.
No, I remember I had to wait like a whole year on that freaking 360.
The Nintendo for me, the year we got Nintendo, 84, 5, 6, something. I was 6 or 5 or 6 or something. That was the one I'll never forget. Like that was just like when the whole world changed
crazy
for what a video game could do and what you could, like how many hours were now going to be lost.
Honestly, I literally, if I pull back in my brain, the farthest I can, and I know I had to have been 3 based on the house I was living in, was a Christmas I got the freaking like NES. And it would have been Christmas '88.
Yeah.
And because I remember my mom told me, okay, I'll be Mario, you'll be Luigi. And I thought the first Goomba that was coming up was Luigi, and I thought my mom just killed me within the first 5 seconds of the game. And I was like, that's
fun. That's incredible. Yeah, we got Excite Bike was the first thing we put in there. I remember that before even like Super Mario, and we
Excite Bike was bomb.
Dude, we raced BMX as kids, my brother and I. So like we were just nerdy for bike stuff, And so I don't think Excite Bike came out of that thing for like a few weeks, probably. I don't think we even played Super Mario for like weeks because Excite Bike was just.
Oh, I remember too. Is like people were ready for like Twitch and YouTube, and they didn't even realize it yet. Because I don't know if you remember this at all, but like my parents, they were probably they were in their 20s when the Nintendo came out, so they were still kind of young parents. And they had other parents that would come over around the same age who would have recorded on VHS tapes how to quickly beat Mario, and it was that trick where you just jump up over top of the thing and basically escape out of the level. Yeah. Right. And they had it taped on a VHS and bring it over so we could watch it on our TV how to beat it.
It was not what my parents were doing, but that's actually incredible. Yeah. I remember when you had to get the magazine. Do you remember when you have to get the book to beat a game?
The play.
It was the bestseller.
Yeah. I've got to find it. It's somewhere around here, but I got it when I was like 7. It's a video game master's book, and it just goes through every video game,
all the cheats,
2005 to 2008, and just tells you how to beat every level, how to do any cheat. And it's like, dude, that shit saved me.
I was gonna say,
I
those
used
were like
to remember
gold mines back in the day.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even. I think like the first Tomb Raider or something. Like, I got stuck within like 3 minutes of playing it, and then I was like, I went right straight back to the store, bought the book, and came back home. And then I was like, now I feel like I'm just doing homework because I'm like reading a page, and then I would play, and then I read a page, and I was like, maybe I'll try to play, and if I get stuck, I'll use the book. Yeah. But then you'd find some secret in the book.
If you guys remember this used to be like a little bonus Christmas present type thing you would get if you go rented a video game, and then you opened it up and somebody's note piece of paper with all the scratched on codes was just sitting in there, and you're like, cha-ching.
Yeah.
We had a kid in my middle school who would sell. He'd look up and he'd try to find all these like in magazines and stuff, and he would sell the sheets with all the cheats on them for like GTA, all that stuff.
Yeah, that dude was a legend at the school.
Yeah, I hated him though.
It's just playgrounds will never be the same because of the internet. Because you could lie about things on the playground and just say, "Did you guys know in Mario 64 that if you like punch this Goomba in the face like 3 times, Princess Peach will come down and like rip Mario's head off?" Yeah, trust me, go try it.
Yeah, totally. And you could at least wait till the next day and be like, "Oh, yeah, no, it didn't work. Oh, you didn't do it right."
Oh, wait. What time of the day did you do it? Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have the Japanese version? Sorry, I forgot. It only works on the Japanese version.
Yes. Yeah. That's why it's not working.
I'll never forget there was a kid in our school, like a bunch of us had Nintendos and stuff, the 64s, and he was like, "Oh, if you cut the cord, there's a way to make it wireless and you don't have to use the wire, you can sit far back." And everybody but me cut their cords, and the parents were pissed.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They were pissed. That kid got in-school suspension. Like he got like 7 demerits.
Wow.
He got suspended from school because he told the whole group.
That's pretty good.
Okay, so that is not the kid's fault. All of you guys were that.
Well,
that's the old. If your friend told you to walk off a cliff, would you walk off a cliff?
He was like, you got to cut the cord, and then you got to put a battery and tape the battery to the excess cord.
Come on.
And like one kid's parents thought that he was teaching him how to make a bomb, and it was the whole thing. Yeah.
Look, I'm all for that. That kid's probably running some business right now, guaranteed.
Oh yeah. Either that or he's like incarcerated.
Manager, I guarantee it.
100%. Yeah, he's on his 5th business, and the other ones have all been in litigation, but he's killing it somehow.
Yeah, but he's got cash
he gets out of it just before the court stuff starts.
100%. He sells it. He sells it to some Joe Schmo. Hey, if you put a battery in this business, it'll work fine.
Yeah.
Okay, see, I'm leaving. Not my business anymore. Bye.
Yeah. Your problem now.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. That guy's the owner. And then he goes to the Caymans for 6 months.
You're right. If you cut the cord to that business, you can turn it off.
And you stick a battery on it. It'll
just
keep going.
A battery in
money.
So once I had a friend that was insanely gullible. And I was like, dude, there's this really like crazy trick. I was like, we can't tell you what it is. You just have to try it. Which as soon as you tell somebody that, they should immediately say no. But he's like, okay. It was like, put some salt on your hand and then take an ice cube and then put it over top of the salt. And he's like,
fucking asshole.
Okay. Oh, it's birds.
You should put your tongue on that light pole.
Has that friend, and if you don't know who that friend is, you're that friend.
Like if you don't, it's like the Rounders poker. Like if you can't spot the sucker at the table, you're the sucker.
One of the best movies.
Dude, I got a good one. That's what Rounders. I just watched that movie 2 nights ago again. I freaking love Rounders.
Love that movie.
I thought I was
going to be a professional poker player for at least 5 years.
Dude,
at first, I was like, I could do this.
100%. That was all of us at that same time. We all got into it at the same time. Speaking of that whole like try a dumb thing, I have a great one. My brother, the story works best like this. Like my brother's like, hey, try to stick this fork in that outlet over there. And I was like, I was probably 7 and he was probably 4, maybe 5. And I was like, okay. I mean, of course, right? Like, well, I would look at.
You were like, yeah.
I was like, okay. And so I do. And I obviously instantly like shot back, rolled backwards somersault, power goes out. And my mom comes running into the room. And it's like this little side room that we're in. And I'm like, I don't know. Ryan told me that. He's my younger brother too. So I'm the oldest. So, and she instantly, I didn't know this. And this is why the story works best this way. So she comes in, she sees what happened. She's like, what happened? I tell her, she's like, Ryan. And she goes running to find my brother. And I'm like, what is she going to find my brother for? I go following her. And I guess I had spent the night at a friend's house the night before. He had done it and found out what happens. And so he didn't tell me what he knew that I would do the dumb thing. And I did the dumb thing. But my mom was like blasting him. And he had a great time. He still enjoys that story, actually.
So this is kind of worse because this is to a full grown adult. But I totally okay. So there was a person I used to work with when I was still probably in college, and this it was like a hotel I worked like the front desk at, and she would come into work with just the craziest stories of like things that she believes is real, and most of the time I just rolled with it. I'm like, okay. Yeah. And then one night I just decided, hey, you know what? There's this new NASA thing that was just like uncovered. And they said in 1939, a rocket crash landed in Kansas. And I don't want to say anything, but they saw somebody take a baby away from the wreckage. So just saying, you should look into that. Essentially telling her the story of Superman. She bought it. She was like, I'm going to go check that out when I get home. I'm going to ask my husband.
Like I found this factual book called Action Comics, and it tells me that that's what happened.
I was tempted. I didn't want to push my luck, but I was going to be like, and you won't believe it. There's a school in upstate New York where they're literally raising like living weapons. One would say a Weapon X.
My friend Xavier told me all about it.
This bald dude in a wheelchair gave me all these cool stories. I met all these cool kids.
You know what? I'm actually one of them.
Which?
my spider friend over here. We're keeping waiting for him to turn into a Spider-Man.
So how many spiders have bitten you by now, Raph? What count are we up to?
None yet. I killed the second biggest one. The other one's still somewhere around here.
What you did,
by the way, there's a big spider in here.
You killed the alpha, somewhere. So now they're all afraid of you. You're now their king.
Well,
this asshole told his wife about it.
She's been sitting here for like 30 minutes. I haven't had time to tell her.
Right, she's right under the spider, dude.
She's just by the spiders, and you're not telling her about them.
I killed the other one.
Yeah, you're like, go ahead and sit it right here on this side of me, babe. You're fine.
Well,
right
it
here,
was funny. She walked all the way around, and I was just sitting there like, oh. Like I thought she was just gonna sit off camera on the other side. Nope, she's in the danger zone.
Raph definitely walked.
Wow.
It may also tell you that he's a newlywed. Also.
Yeah, right. I am about 17 years in, and I would not have survived that story right now with my wife. I'd be safer against the spider, I think, honestly.
So, see, I hate bugs, hate them so much, but unfortunately, as the guy in the relationship, I'm always put in charge of killing the stupid things when they get to a certain size.
She's a spider killer.
There was a wolf spider that was like behind our toilet.
Oh yeah, those things are.
And it was like this freaking big. It was enormous. Like it looked like a damn tarantula. And I'm like, I'm not killing this thing with any conventional means. So I'm like, I'll poison it. So I went and I got oven cleaner, and I'm like, I'm gonna poison this stupid spider. All I did was piss it off because it comes running at me, and then it jumps up on my arm. I come sprinting out of the bathroom, ripping my shirt off, and And like the spider falls on the floor, and I just pick up a free weight and drop it on it. It's just like.
You're like, honey, we're moving. We're moving out of this apartment.
Dude, you know what?
It's that spider's apartment now.
You know what have made that story like a million times worse is when you drop the free weight, a billion baby spiders.
Totally.
Arachnophobia. That would have been moving. I would have never entered the house again. Xbox, everything.
I don't know
Those are the spiders now.
I don't know if you guys were there for that Australian snake story that I told, but when I was in the airport too, there was a spider and I flicked it across the floor. And then babies just, and I was like, "Fucking shut the airport down! It's over."
Oh yeah, no.
That's
just brutal.
Nah.
I've seen those videos too on like TikTok and stuff where somebody kills a spider and just erupts in like a bunch of other baby spiders. Like, nope.
Every time we talk about it or see a video of it, it literally feels like they're going through my
it's true. It's true. They're like they're in here now.
I watched a video of a guy who brought home a black widow spider to like keep it in the enclosure, and it got out of the enclosure, and then he just kept seeing baby black widow spiders everywhere in his house, and he was like, "So I think I got one that was pregnant."
So that's one. I mean, he was like, "That's not even joking. You do move, like,
you do move."
That's like, that's the guy that told you to cut the cord and put a battery in there. He's like, "You know what else is a good idea? Let's bring home a black widow." You know what's cool? If you get a spider with a big red hourglass on. No.
There was one morning I went to go. Like I used to work overnight, so I came home from work one morning. I go to get in the shower. It's like November, December, so it's fucking cold in South Carolina. So I'm sitting there, like sitting on the toilet, waiting for the shower to heat up and all that good shit. I'm about to get in. Well, I got like this little like cabinet thing that we keep the towels in, and then there's my fucking tub. I just so happened to notice this little brown thing sticking out. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I'm like, "Let me turn my flashlight on, see what the hell this is." Biggest mistake of my fucking life, dude. Spider literally like the size of my hand, just chilling.
In the cabinet?
The power off. I'm like, okay, no big deal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the other side of the fucking house for the rest of the fucking day. Yeah. Well, I tell my dad about it when he gets home. Like, brother, you've got to deal with this. Like, I'm either you deal with it or we get fire insurance right now, and I'm about to light the fucking house on fire.
Nerd hasn't taken a shower since.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
He
goes with the hose every morning, just like. Bleh.
He goes in.
Whoa!
He comes back out. I'm like, did you get it? He said, I'm not crushing that spider. He's like, I don't know how we're going to get this out of the house, but I need your help. I was like, fuck.
What you do is you take $500 and you go, come on, please.
Fuck, dude. Do you guys really get spiders that big?
Dude, I have no idea what this place came from. I've never seen one this fucking big in South Carolina.
So, there are around the Midwest area, there's
eating birds.
Yeah. In the Midwest, there's like the wolf spider. I mean, they're not poisonous, but my God, if they bite you, hurts.
No,
and they get infected really easy because wolf spiders eat like disgusting bugs and rats and
Oh, okay.
And so we get this fucking Tupperware container. I slammed the fucking
big Rubbermaid.
We take it outside. My dad releases it as it's fucking crawling out of the thing. I looked, I said, good thing you didn't fucking crush that spider. The bitch had the egg sac and some were already hatched.
Oh no.
Bug bombed the shit out of the house. Brother, like we fumigated the house.
Yeah.
I mean, I moved into my townhouse recently and they left like the tool shed thing. And I opened it and just cobwebs were all over it. Before we left for the beach, I literally went outside and just an entire can of like spider and every bug known to mankind killer. Shut the door and was like, hotbox that shit. I'll come back in a week.
Yeah, totally.
Dog, that's what we basically did with the house.
With fire.
For sure. Yeah, it's like we don't ever open this box ever again in my house. That's what happened.
Yeah.
That's somebody else's box now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a bug person. I've always like, oh god, and the worst thing in the world is if you ever have like a nightmare with a bug and you just hop up and you have that feeling that they're on you, like
I've seen some of the fucking spiders that are at my job.
No. Yeah, no, I'm not.
Yeah,
into
don't
it.
send me those. I will burn my phone.
Don't cry.
I sent Kyber this one picture of this one spider because I walked in and
It was
like,
huge.
I needed to fucking like they set what I needed to work on right by this fucking big ass spider. But I didn't realize it was a spider. I'm walking up to go work on it, and I notice it's just big black spot in the middle of the ground. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I get a little closer.
It's a beetle.
I notice that it's a fucking spider. I send a picture to Kyber. I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be doing my work today. He goes, what in the fucking arachnophobia is that?
Yeah. Luckily, we don't get those big spiders down here in San Diego, but no thanks.
Because they can't afford rent.
You guys.
I'm never coming to South Carolina now that I've heard this, though.
I think it's honestly the moisture, like just these areas, like the Midwest, super like
well, it's the
humid.
bug.
This south,
Yeah.
like near the coast, like this freaking bugs are everywhere down there. Like
fucking China walk buffet for them. They just set up a web and catch like 70 trillion pounds of mosquitoes.
Yeah.
oh god,
not the problem here.
I was chilling at work actually yesterday, and I'm sitting there working on whatever the fuck I was working on, and I looked, and there's it was a decent sized spider, but it was just chilling, and I was like, all right, cool. And this big black bug, I don't know what the fuck it was. It just swoops in, picks it up, carries it across the shop, and just fucking drops it near somebody. I'm like, yeah, that fucking
and clocking out.
Dude, what path is South Carolina
that was
on, dude?
teamwork, is what that was. They were working together.
It was, you know what it probably was? It was probably a mud dabber wasp, bro.
It was.
I watched
those
a
things
wolf
freaking
spider go
hurt.
into one of those nests one time, and then it came out and just, and they descended upon it and were ripping
They
its
are
legs off.
angry.
Yeah.
So when I was a kid, like maybe 5 years old, I was at like a playground, and I got up in like the slide, and there was a freaking hive of them right there at the top of the slide, and they all stung the crap out. My ear was like this big for like a week.
Yeah, they're bad.
Bad.
They are some angry boys.
They're like the black widows of wasps.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. That's exactly what they're.
Basically, with wings.
I don't know.
It's
Red
not
wasp
fun.
widows for me, because if I get stung by a red wasp, it's over with for me, bro.
Allergic?
Keep some spiders nearby.
Around the can of
I'm
green.
allergic and I ain't got an EpiPen and I can't afford the hospital bills, so it's over with if I ever get stung.
I got a kiddo that still hasn't been stung by a bee, so I'm just
you
playing
get
that like
stung by
unfun
one, you
waiting
just go
game.
right to the hive, and just like bat it, just take me out.
Blaze of glory.
Let's go.
He's like the one guy in Fury that stays in the tank shooting the gun.
No thanks.
You're essentially Bruce Willis in Armageddon.
Bro, I'll freak out at work and like I'll literally like throw my air polisher on the ground and like quit doing whatever I'm doing if I see one flying around me. And everybody at work makes fun of me. I'm like, yeah, it's all fun and games until I'm lying dead on the fucking ground and you guys don't know what to do.
Look, dude,
And
South Carolina
just
sounds
there.
like it's the 8th layer of hell to me, dude. Whatever's
It's
happening,
Australia
pretty
of
much
America.
whatever is happening at this job of yours just sounds like Mos Eisley spaceport, dude. Fucking scum and villainy all over the place in that place.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Yeah,
not much in Carolina anyway, so you can literally go anywhere else and you're fine.
It's funny.
My wife's actually from Mexico, and she's fine with the spiders, all this other stuff. She does not like the flying insects, but what she won't touch are scorpions. I don't give a shit about scorpions.
Oh yeah, they're all over, dude. We were just in
I'll give a
Salida,
step
Mexico.
on a scorpion.
We were in like Puerto Vallarta area, Mexico, just last week actually. and scorpion in the girl's bed when we went into the house, like right on the beach. And she pulled the covers back, and scorpion came running right up.
And
they're like, that's a pissed off looking animal, dude. Like
those animals exist to spread hatred.
Oh, and they look like they're just like pissed off all the time. I mean, they might not be. They might be like pretty friendly, but it just looks like it's gonna.
It's like a crab with a shotgun.
Literally, yes. That's exactly. Fucking.
That's what it is. That's how they came into being. It was a crab had a baby with a shotgun.
Yeah,
I believe it.
Well, we'll go ahead and wrap it up because I know Ian's actually got Whatnot stream night. So everybody,
I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
Check him out. He's gonna have some awesome cards on tonight.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for having me, guys. I had a lot of fun in here tonight too. Like this is you guys. This is fun. I like what you guys do.
Yeah.
I could do movie spider talk anytime. Just like fucking just bug. Like we could talk some fumigation next time. It's like
oh yeah, would love to
South
have you on
Carolina
again.
bug stories, dude.
Yeah, one of these days we'll get the Elon Musk flamethrowers and just go bug hunting or something.
Bug assault.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys, dude. Honestly, thanks a lot for having me. I like what you guys are doing.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait to see you at the National. And look forward to catching up in the future, guys, too, for sure.
And where can everybody find you
Appreciate
at?
you, man. Yep.
Where can everybody find you at on like all your stuff?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, but the best place is Instagram. It's kind of where I post most of my stuff. I'm too old to be really good at social media. So yeah, at Ian McKesson. It's kind of the same thing for all Whatnot as well. I try to go on Whatnot like once a week to do a lot of live art if I can, and kind of post stuff in there. But mostly Instagram's the best spot for when I can post new stuff and when I can share like the newest thing that I've worked on.
Nice. All right. Yeah, definitely check it out. It's got some awesome freaking art on there, guys. Like, if you want to see some cool cards, like everything, not just Star Wars. There's cool Spider-Mans on there, like a whole bunch of awesome ones. But
really appreciate it.
Oh yeah,
I can't wait for the new stuff I get to share too. I feel like I'm definitely starting to like turn a corner too, as I've done like thousands of these things now. I feel like I'm starting to kind of.
Once you can say something, you should pop back on. We'd love to hear it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Once another set comes out, that's like the next like Star Wars set or something, we should do it again for sure. And then I can share all the stuff I did. You know, that's always fun for me. Like the week that a new release comes out that I'm in is always like super fun. Just to even be on Whatnot and stuff because. Start to see them come out, and it's really fun for sure.
Sick.
Yeah, we're all kind of because we know Chrome is just kind of on that horizon, so we're all kind of
totally. It was supposed to come out today, wasn't it? Is it now? Did you guys?
It got delayed.
About when it was...
So okay, I don't. Rumor mill. I have to say this big asterisk next to it. The Nationals. They're going to have it. It's not officially released. It's what rumor for asterisks.
There's potential.
So I'm like, if that's true, I'm spending a lot of money at that Topps booth.
Well, I wonder too. Like, what's always interesting for me is we're not allowed to share the art that we did, even on our own like social media, Instagram, until it's released. But that seems that's like that big old asterisk. Like that might be okay. Yeah, we're selling some at the National, but you're not allowed to share it until after with the main release day or something.
Right.
But that's going to be
kind of like Neo. How like Neo had the Japan and the American.
Yeah, I can see them definitely wanting to do something like that for the National, just like they did for May 4th. May the 4th, they always try to like release something on that date. That's actually what screwed us up with Chrome. Last year is we were still working on the sketch cards when it released online on May the 4th, and it screwed everything up, and they ended up like moving all the sketch cards we did from Chrome into a different release. It was weird. Like even the people at the sketch card, I guess, were like didn't know what was happening, so it's kind of screwed everybody up. It's weird.
Yeah. We'll have to definitely have you back on. Like, look at when the next sets come out.
Sure, I hope it does.
Especially the sketch cards.
We'll meet up at the National and look at.
That's what everybody wants to see is the sketches.
I know. It's so fun, dude. All right, I'm going to run for it. Thank you guys again.
What you got going on, man?
Great to meet you all.
Yeah,
man.
Thanks.
Insects and bugs and.
Yep.
All right, guys.
Yeah. And then, Raph, do you got anything going on, buddy?
First video is coming out here at some point. I'm just waiting on getting finishing touches on it. But yeah, more content coming. I might do a little beach vlog while I'm down here. I got a nice comic store down here, so I might do a little video on that. And then yeah, just content. And then leading up to Rebel ScumCon, we're gonna be starting to crank some stuff out here. So
Rebel CumScon.
Just about a month, right?
Yeah. So
and then Nerd.
Yeah, working on some shit. New monthly podcast coming out with Outer Rim Transmissions. Sessions on Dagobah, July 26th.
Can't wait.
Yeah, if you want to see how I chill at Yoda's hut, come by and check it out. It's a live podcast, so it's gonna be very entertaining.
To the Temple Fridge, I must go. And I got tomorrow actually. I've done lore videos before, but I haven't really done like a legit one. I got like a full-on lore video with like a character that narrates it, and he has a scene and all that shit.
Fucking
and it's basically going to be
yourself. Jesus Christ!
hey, okay. So I don't have a silky smooth, beautiful, like British voice that's just velvety on the ears. Muff does.
Well, I do love.
Oh, whew.
Go ahead and take off your knickers, mate.
What's on you? They've already been.
So I have that coming out tomorrow. I'm doing basically it's going to be kind of like one part like lore, one part what if, and it's going to be kind of like where is Revan's helmet right now. So that's going to be that one.
Up Swooner's ass.
Oh, mystery solved. You guys don't have to watch it. Why did you do that? I could use the views.
Matter of fact.
Well, I mean, did you at least have the common courtesy to not put it sideways? Jesus.
Well, I mean, it might be a little full. I just want to put that out there. That's all I'm going to say.
Got to make use of it. Form and function.
I can't always get the fucking toilet.
That's why he never goes to the bathroom at work.
That's why Revan wanted to forget everything.
Took
a shit in my helmet. All right, guys. Well, yeah, we'll be back again next week. I don't know if we have a guest yet, but we have the window
and get beat by
and the walls.
I got a screen in here and a spider with a abdomen the size of a Hot Wheels truck. So Jesus. I'm good.
So by tomorrow, Raph's going to be doing whatever a spider can. All right. Well, yeah. So follow us all on all of our stuff. We'll be on every week, every Friday at 9. Let me get the whole little thingy there so you guys can see. Every Friday at 9, same bat time, same bat channel. Raph of Mandalore, check him out on Twitch. He streams. Fantastic video game player.
YouTube, Instagram,
all this stuff. Nerd's got awesome songs and lore videos, and he's got some opinions too, so you should check this out.
Yeah, I've still got at least 10 minutes of Instagram group chat scrolling to do.
All right, guys. Well, hey, you guys have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you all next week, and may the force be with you always.
Make sure to wash your banters.